Well, hello friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sport Report. Without you guys, man, you know this does not work without you guys. I am actually in right now. We're chilling out, relaxing, because tomorrow morning we got to be over at NFL Experience, and tomorrow I'll be able to show all of you guys NFL Experience. It's actually amazing. Literally, we got here Wednesday morning, and seeing that place, basically only the superstructure for the lights being hung down low where they're putting all the stuff together. Things just beginning to be delivered to yesterday. They start assembling everything. You know, they were putting down carpet last night. This place is unbelievable. They literally built Super Bowl City or NFL Experience in 3 days. It is freaking amazing. They have a lot of new stuff, and if you are in Miami, if you're going to go, I'm going to tell you, Saturday and Sunday it's going to be open, which will be the best days if you're going to be anywhere close to this to go, because that's before the crowds get here. Starting about Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every single day it will build up. What's up, Perch Squad? How you doing, man? You love the content so far? Well, see, you guys, now, not everybody got that. See, Perch Squad, you are fortunate because as a channel member, I give you a little, just a little extra taste where we go and we go through the cutting edge of stuff and bring it to you. And also, I appreciate all the channel members that are out there that have been part of the Jobu Sports Report. Unfortunately, or fortunately, you guys know, I love being busy, and I have been busy as can be. So I did not, excuse me, I'm sorry, excuse me, did not get time to download all the pictures of all you fans that ended up joining and becoming channel members. How much is, do you know how much it is to get in? Is it $29?
What?
To get an NFL Experience?
40.
It's 40? It's actually $40, but I'm going to tell you, you won't have it set up till later on where they have NFL Access. Total Access will be broadcasting in there. You've got all of the different skill competitions. You've got the draft desk and things. But don't worry, I will be giving you guys a look tomorrow of a lot of the stuff, and you know, just kind of showing you all that. It's like I said, being in a Super Bowl is one of those things that it's not so much solely about Kansas City versus the 49ers. It's like a celebration of everything that is the NFL. It's like a big end of season party for everybody. So you'll see cheerleaders at NFLX and things like that. Also Loomis Park, they'll end up having, I know ESPN and Fox Sports and stuff, they'll be set up starting on Monday at Loomis Park, so we'll probably check that in. How's Miami? I gotta tell you, I feel like I'm in Washington, D.C., because they always say if you don't like the weather, wait 12 hours and it'll change. We got here on Wednesday, it was like 20-mile-an-hour wind gust and about 59 degrees. It was literally cold. And I found out something really interesting here in Miami, because I was cold. I mean, it was cold in a room. It was 59 degrees with the wind blowing, so wind chill was probably in the 40s, which I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. But when you don't have any heat whatsoever and everything's concrete, it's cold. So we turned the heat on, and when we turned the heat on, it was just blowing out cold air. So we called downstairs and we said, you know, we turned the heat on and it's kind of chilly up in here. They said, well, we don't actually have heat in the building. It has the heat switch, but there's no heat. I was like, well, can a brother get some extra blankets, because it's cold? So literally, we were sitting around the hotel with blankets on, but now we're actually at an Airbnb. So how did we get into the, Art, what you do is go to the channel, the community tab. The community tab, I'll actually do posts and things like that on there. I'll put links for videos and stuff. So go to the community tab and you'll see ones that are members only. When you click on that, you'll have the links to that stuff. How's everybody doing tonight, man? Let's see. Oh, Michael Anthony Fitness? Hey, he's back home working, man. We've got all those shot racks and stuff that he's taking care of and getting all those things mailed out. So if you had ordered any of the shot glass racks before I left, we got those all labeled Tuesday night. All those went to the post office yesterday, so some of you guys should be getting them like today or tomorrow, or worst case, well, the ones that are going to Hawaii, that's going to be next week. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit. And I think one of the ones in California actually is 7 days because it ended up shipping ground. So when you guys get them, please send me some pictures of how you're hanging them and things like that. I really want to see those. There have been about I think there's 3 that I put up there because it was double secret probation, so it was like can't share this with everybody. But tomorrow I'll show everybody NFL experience, and tomorrow it will be loud. It'll be lights going on. You'll see the Super Bowl trophy. When you come in, I should be actually at the United Way booth or close to it the whole time. You can't miss it because you have the Super Bowl. When you come in the front door, first thing you have on your right is like the Pro Football Hall of Fame. They've got like 10 busts that are set up in there, and then you look straight ahead, you see the Super Bowl trophy. To the left is NFL Total Access setup is over there. Right around the corner on there, United Way character playbook is sitting right there, and then right beside that is all the Super Bowl rings. And I got to tell you, I really miss the days when we used to talk about the ringless wonders, the Philadelphia Eagles. Y'all just messed that whole thing up, man. We had so many great jokes and stuff about you guys, and then you had to go out and win a damn ring. But definitely come by, check it out. And we're probably going to be doing some live streaming from there as well, doing some interviews with some of the great fans and stuff there. Sanjay or something like that. Akeem Smith, you thought I was coming up to New Jersey to get you and bring you down? I missed the memo on that one. Danny, how you doing, man? I'm not going to be, I'm actually down in Miami, and I know it's kind of like, well, why are you in Miami? Because there's a lot of work that goes on to get set up for the Super Bowl. The whole city is being transformed, and the Pro Bowl, of course, is in Orlando, I guess about 6 hours north of here. So, no, I'm not going to be there, but we'll be there all day Sunday, too, won't we? Honey? Okay. Sunday will be at NFL Experience all day, too, right?
This Sunday?
Yeah, day after tomorrow. Yeah, so unless they happen to have a TV on there, I probably won't be able to live stream directly that game. So, am I going to the game? Which game? Are we talking about the Super Bowl? We could be there. It's possible. Anything's possible. How's keto? Well, I put up a keto video yesterday. Stuart Morrison, what's up, man? Stuart, your rack. I did not send yours yet because, that's right. I'm actually ordering a wood burner so that way we can actually burn and imprint Jobu's logo on it. And I didn't have time to go ahead and engrave it for you. But your rack is still hanging up in the man cave. So I guess we can say that your rack is actually game used. How about that? Mark, I didn't know you were a reporter, laugh out loud. I'm just a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll. You can call me whatever you want to. Mr. Fix-It, reporter, idiot if you like. Yeah, JJ, I tend to agree with you about the Pro Bowl is whack. I've been to 2 Pro Bowls and yeah. Take your time, no hurries. Okay. I miss you, Uncle Mark. Take me with you to the Super Bowl. Where's my wife? My beautiful wife's sitting over there doing some work, man. What is my job down here? I like to call myself the ICSH. That's my title. And I bet you're wondering what that is. I am the in case shit happens guy. Anything and everything that needs to be done that somebody might not have thought of or a problem comes up, boom. Because I have a certain set of skills that kind of fit in any situation. Well, you know what? Here's what you actually have to feel good about right now if you're a Dallas Cowboy. You remember how Philly 500, every time somebody's releases a player out there, he's constantly, oh man, we should go get this guy. Remember how hard he was praying about getting AB. Oh man, we want him. He's a game changer. He's just what the Eagles need. You look at where AB has gone now, from back to being arrested, assaults. You're hearing about all the things that have happened in his past. Eagles, you better be happy that you dodged that bullet, because that would have been just plain straight up ugly. That's a team wrecker right there. And quite frankly, I think AB needs some help. Now, the biggest thing we've got going on, of course, is, what coaches are going to stay and which ones are going to go, and, what stains are left by from Jason Garrett. And then the whole New Orleans Saints thing, that's kind of, I haven't heard that much yet. I haven't had time to really get in deep with it, but hearing that's kind of out there. Like you said, that's kind of towards the Penn State territory, where they kind of are understanding that there's an issue out there and trying to help them to cover it up, so to speak. But I haven't gotten all the facts, so I'm not going to put anything out there that I don't know for sure. But it definitely doesn't sound too good. And to my left over here is Ryan. Ryan, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Ryan, if you remember, he was actually at
Did you say Ryan?
Did I say Ryan?
Yeah.
I said Brian.
It's Brian.
I said Brian.
There's a lot of names.
Okay. It's okay.
Did I say Ryan or Brian, everybody? You tell me. Did I say Ryan? I mean, they rhyme, but Brian. Well, I'm a name butcher anyway, guys. But anyway, Brian over here is a Baltimore Raven fan. His team did a hell of a lot better this year than our Cowboys. And Brian, do you know what I'm planning next year? Do you know what I'm planning next year? We are actually going to go ahead. You are definitely invited. We are doing a tailgate at Baltimore. Like we did at FedEx Field, guys. We're doing a big-ass tailgate with Cowboys experience in Baltimore. You're in? Okay. We had 400 people there for the Redskin one. Let's see if we can get 400 people over in Baltimore for that one. You already? Oh my God, Martin! I'm just so happy that we have new people to talk about. New coaching staff. Now we heard that Leon Lett has been brought back, so that brings a total to 3 Cowboys former coaches that are being retained. Nussmeier, Kellen Moore, of course, who they're saying is still going to call plays, and Leon Lett, the big cat. And, I like the big cat because I'm hoping and praying that the Dallas Cowboys realize how important that big defensive tackle is in football, because you need that big beast in the middle to shut down the run. More than anything else, we look at our cornerbacks not being able to take away the ball. We look at sometimes our linebackers kind of get missing. But more than anything else, the thing that's been killing us is that we have been. I said Ryan. I'm sorry. I apologize, Brian.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Y'all, thank you for keeping me honest here. I should have known. My wife is always right. Jed D in the house. What's up? How you doing, Art? I figured Sanjay Lal was going to be fired. The thing I liked about Sanjay Lal was he was a tactician as far as the routes go. His big thing was he had the players always walking in training camp carrying bricks. And it seemed like they had brick hands this year. We led the league in drop passes with 43. Now, the Eagles, of course, they complained that, Carson Wentz, these guys were always dropping the ball. He only had 32. So just putting that out there. Keep the numbers straight. Oh, my God. Randy Gregory. Are y'all still talking about Randy Gregory? Randy Gregory hasn't played in 2 years. And the thing about Randy Gregory I look at is you had other players who had drug issues that they reapplied and they got reinstated this year. I don't understand what happened with Randy Gregory because he ended up not applying. So to me that says I can't apply because I'm not going to pass. I haven't heard anything from the team about Randy Gregory. I haven't heard anything from Randy Gregory or anything else. I don't know anything about Randy Gregory. And at this point, what he gave you on the field, a couple of flashes here and there, you can't depend on him. I'm done. Just move on. It's over with. Rex, you got your shot glass? Glad to hear it, man. Actually, the thing that I like about getting the coach from Minnesota, I like the idea that we've got so many different perspectives on this team. I feel like the nepotism that Jerry Jones had for former players that he wanted to have coaches, or former coaches with the Cowboys. Everybody had a way that they were doing things, and that was the Cowboy way. And you didn't have any different outside influences on things to change up. And so that's why you always saw this offense and things in defense being run the same way it was so long ago. There was never any innovation because everybody had the same perception. So you get Nolan, who's your defensive coordinator, who was a defensive coordinator for a couple years with the Ravens. So you've got that experience. He was a head coach with the 49ers. He was the linebacker coach with New Orleans. And you looked at how the New Orleans linebackers played downhill. He's a guy that likes to have big defensive linemen and things. So you've got that perception. Now, you get the coach from Minnesota. Minnesota, although they haven't had Super Bowl success over the last years of things, you look at their defense, especially their defensive line. They've always been strong and always a stout defense. So now you've got his point of view. You've got all of these different coaches that have different experiences with different defenses that can go through and say, hey, you know what? We did such and such on our team. Let's take a look at that and put it together. Well, we did this over here on our team. Let's try a little of that. And so now you're looking at things that work for other teams in other places, and all of those minds can get melded together. It's kind of like the American melting pot. You have all these different groups in that races. I can't say the word right now. That came together with different ideas, different concepts, and you start taking the best of each of these parts and you put it together, and the sum is greater than the whole. If you Manish one, did you send me an email with your address on it? Because I don't remember ever seeing an email from you. If you didn't, send me an email, and when I get back, I'll be back in about a week and a half. We'll get them on out, because actually I'm out of shot glasses. We had to order more. D tackle should be 6'5" to 6'7", 310 to 330. I tell you what, actually, I like a guy that's no more than about 6'1". 6'1", about 340. Because here's the thing, the Dallas Cowboys' philosophy has been on defensive linemen, has been having guys that were taller and leaner and faster. And the problem with this is, for me at least, you want a guy that is low to the ground, has a low center of gravity, that has a lot of mass to him, because a guy in the middle, if you have a true nose tackle, he's going to be taking on double teams. And what you have to do when you're getting hit, or what we were always taught, is you got to drop the anchor. You got to get low. You got to get low below the double team. When you have a guy who's 6'7", that's 310 pounds, that sounds like a lot. But see, my big behind here is about 260 at 5'10". So I'm not that big of a body. So you're only talking about 50 pounds more, but another 8 inches, 9 inches? No, man, you need somebody that's thick, big boned, that's built like a fire hydrant, Again, that theory is proven not true with Aaron Donald. Well, Aaron Donald is a freak of nature. That's not necessarily the mold for everybody, but generally speaking, you need a guy that's big. The Cowboys forever have been drafting these guys with a high motor, so to speak, a lot of length, 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". You look at Randy Gregory, but see, you need to understand if you go through and you look at all the sacks the Cowboys get, the majority of them come from not beating a guy one-on-one, where I'm just bull rushing or going through them. They're coming on stunts. So you're seeing D-Law crashing on the inside, you're seeing the tackle going on the outside. But what teams have figured out is, especially in play action, that if you go ahead and catch them in those stunts, you're getting a guy who's lightweight, whose body is out of position, and he can get kicked out of the space. And that's why you're seeing teams that are able to run. Sometimes you just have to be able to line up man on man, and I've just got to hold this spot. And that's where the philosophy of the Dallas Cowboys has actually hurt them quite a bit. Larry Allen was definitely a beast. That Larry Allen, my God. I remember, defensive tackle Hall of Famer from Minnesota, John McDaniel. Basically, when he was asked, what we were asking him, man, Larry Allen's out there throwing bodies left and right. What can you do? He's like, man, you just got to do the best you can do, just the best you can do. Art, how do I get to the communities tab? On the home, if you go on mobile and go to the page, you should actually have like a little mailbox, a little envelope on there. Click on that, and that gives you all the community tab. Already asked Miss Jackie, what's that? Yeah, you definitely Royal Sports Report. You want a guy that's thick, strong, heavy, and a bit of an edge to him. Where's my cursor? Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm trying to move my cursor a little bit here. Yes, brother. Juno being okay. So, Art, did you like it? Definitely send me a picture when you hang it up and all that, man, because I can't wait to see it. Back in the day, not a current player. I'm sorry. Well, are you asking me what back in the day player I like and not a current one? My all-time favorite, of course, is Roger Staubach. Mike is taking care of business, man. He's actually working on the shot glass shelves and things and getting those out. Yeah, Larry Allen was, I remember that play too, when he ran and caught the guy from behind. But he was really a freak of nature because he was not only big, he was not only strong, he was fast too. Well, John Randall was is not a big guy. John Randall is maybe about an inch or two taller than me. He's still not that huge of a guy, but he played like he was big. Bill Bates was your favorite player. Bill was great, but defensively, I got to say Randy White was always my favorite. Randy White and Ed Too Tall. Well, that whole Doomsday defense I was always great with. I'm going to need a 6-foot football for mine back on the back. Oh, you're going to need a 6-foot one? I don't know how we're going to get that to you, buddy. I don't know if UPS will deliver something that big. It would be funny if Mike McCarthy took the Cowboys. It wouldn't be funny. It would be great. I would love that. Oh, yeah. And see, here's the thing that's funny, too. Because the Cowboys always have it set in their mind that this is what the defensive tackles should be, or the defensive ends. These tall, length, fast guys stuff. A lot of times the Cowboys will bypass a guy because they'll say, well, he doesn't fit our mold. But see, sometimes you got to look at a guy and say, you know what? The guy can play. That's all you need to know. You look at Zach Thomas, linebacker from Miami Dolphins, 5'10", little guy. And, everybody said, oh, he's too short to be a linebacker. But he was actually a really great linebacker. I wish the Cowboys had him when he was younger in his career. You'll pay the shipping on that? Okay. I don't know if I can get a box that big. We may have to make it out of a different kind of wood that's a lot lighter because that 6 foot, that would be heavy. Yeah, well, sometimes, when you live in a shadow like Larry Allen, I don't think his son could ever be anywhere close to that. Well, I'll tell you what, Jet, go back and watch some of the clips. It's unbelievable watching the stuff that Randy White used to do. The funny thing about Randy White was, originally he was drafted as a linebacker, and his first season as a Cowboy, they played him at linebacker, and he looked like a bust. He just could not play linebacker. But once they made him a defensive tackle, oh man, all hell broke loose. You hope we keep Malcolm Smith. It's good. I would love to be a fly on the wall with the Dallas Cowboys right now, because now we've got the coaching staff pretty much put together. Now it's a matter of them figuring out what offense and defense are going to run, what free agents they want to hold on to, and what guys they may want to go after. I think that this year is going to be different than other years where the Dallas Cowboys become a bigger player in free agency, because I think this is just my own opinion. I don't have any basis behind this or anything else, but this is just the way I feel. I feel like once they finally moved on from Jason Garrett, they decided that we have to completely do everything different. And I think Jerry Jones has really stepped back because he's 77 years old. The most important thing right now for him, I think, is winning another Super Bowl. And sadly, he's gotten fewer years in front of him than he's got behind him. And I think that's where they've said, you know what, we need to get football people in here and let them run the operation. And for us this year, you've got a 17th pick. I think under Will McClay, we've only had 3 picks that have been a top 20 pick. So this is going to be huge. But I also think that they're going to look at this year and say, if there's a guy out there that can really make a difference for us, let's go for it. Because they look at this and say, you know, the NFC East is not that great right now. You got the Giants with Eli Manning retiring today, with a new coach, Joe Judge, who has no experience. You got the Redskins now starting all over with Ron Rivera. You have question marks with the Eagles. Yeah, the Eagles won the division more by default than anything else. But you look at this and say, it's not that great. There's a window there with Zeke Elliott. Glenn Arrington, thank you very much for Super Chat. Check out Javon Kinlaw, 6'6", 310 pounds. I bet that young guy could probably put some more weight on there too. I'll definitely check him out. Royal Cowboys Sport, it's about time Jerry steps back. Well, Jerry has been working his way back since they hired Will McClay. And I've always said that Will McClay is GM without the title of being GM. He's got Stephen Jones, who's taking care of the money side and the contracts, but it's him that's been the one that's been the focal point of getting the players. This will change, Mark. The NFC will be better. What's up, Mark? Miami. Like I said, the weather. First day, cold, windy, and all that. Yesterday, it rained so hard that Brian's plane yesterday circled over the Bahamas for about an hour, waiting for the rain to clear up so that way they could actually get in here. So it literally poured. There was water everywhere. I mean, it was just a mess. Today, the weather was perfect. So far, so good. Yeah, Miss Jackie, you are 100% right on that. That Will McClay is really the GM, and everything but name, but without the title. Boomer Sooner, how you doing, man? Purge Squad bringing the heat. Jerry's daughter handles the book. Well, she also handles the charity side too. My camera's acting up a little bit here. Whenever I go on the road, I always have problems. You heard iguanas are falling out the trees in Tampa. Say what? I hadn't heard that one.
I heard that.
They're falling out of the trees from what?
Cold, maybe?
Oh, it was cold. Did they die?
Back to life.
They came back to life? Well, they're cold. They're cold-blooded, so they can kind of freeze and come back. I don't know. I'll have to check that. That's possible, but I hadn't heard that one. My wife said she heard it. What's going on? Well, I tell you what. Tomorrow we are going to show you NFL experience. That is going to be the first thing that's really kicking off with the NFL Super Bowl week. Now, it's kind of quiet, of course, because everything's going on Pro Bowl up in Orlando, but everything shifts gear come Monday from here. I believe the teams come in Saturday or Sunday. They'll be actually in town. They changed how they do the team interviews to actually make it a night event now. But all that stuff will be going on first part of the week. But we're here actually getting set up because NFL Experience starts tomorrow. And the 50-50 raffle, honey.
Yes.
There is a 50-50 raffle. I did not get the Pro Bowl.
Pro Bowl.
What's the? Can you text me the link?
I did.
There is a 50-50 raffle that's being done with United Way in the NFL, and so basically, you get half, Eddie, you get half. If you end up winning, and the other half helps United Way, and I'm trying to get the link so I can pop it out there. I don't have it, honey. Did you text it to me or email?
I sent it to you, emailed it to you.
Oh.
So it's ProBowl5050.com.
Pro
You
Bowl.
have to be in Florida.
Okay, okay, but you have to be in Florida. You have to be in Florida, okay? So any of my people, it's Pro Bowl 50-50?
ProBowl5050.com.
Is there like a slash between it?
Yeah,
The 50?
ProBowl5050.com.
Pro Bowl 50-50. So definitely go there and enter, make a donation, enter for that raffle. And if you win, just let me hold a little something, okay? Because I sent you that. Just let me hold just a little bit, okay? You would love to see my wife?
No, you wouldn't.
We reaped a star right in Smith's face for faking those injuries against us week 5. Okay. Pro Bowl 50. Yeah, thank you, Jed. I appreciate that. Quicken Loans. I'm sorry. It's okay. So what's the deal with D-Law getting mad? Oh my God. You know what? I'm getting to the point where I'm getting sick of D-Law. The fact that he's talking about getting legal representation for the name Hot Boys. Look, the name sucked to begin with, all right? To me, Hot Boys reminds me of a boy band, you know, like they should be up on stage dancing or something like that. Come on. Give me a name that is something that is fearful, you know, something that's different than Hot Boys, you know, Doomsday Defense, something that's really manly, that just puts fear in you. And the second part of that is you shouldn't be naming yourself. You should let your play on the field be what brings that name and that recognition to you. Nice coverage. Well, thank you, Miss Jackie. I appreciate that. We're trying to bring you a little something. Believe me, we're going to have all kinds of stuff that's going to be going on this week. And by the middle, towards the end of the week, you'll start seeing NFL players. You'll start seeing Hall of Famers. You'll see coaches. You'll start seeing all kinds of stuff. So stay tuned and stay close to Jobu Sports Report because you never know what we're going to be running into. Michael's at home taking care of business, man. The Wolfpack. Better yet, don't. Ryan, there you go. Better yet, don't name yourself. How about you just go out there and play? You go out there, get the job done, and then we'll worry about giving you a name. How about that? Yeah, but I know, Miss Jackie, that it was Taco that gave him that name, but he's holding on to it, to the fact that he's mad that San Francisco's using it and wanting to sue. Come on, man. Yeah. As much as they try and justify his season, I'm sorry, you have to be disappointed with D-Law for the season that he had. I just can't. There's no way you could equate Taco, a guy that we released, having the same amount of sacks as D-Law. It just does not. No, to me, D-Law, you worry about taking care of play on the field. We'll take care of naming you. No, I'm not going to honors this year. Who do I like in the Super Bowl? I'm rooting for Kansas City because I hate the 49ers. I just can't root for the 49ers except for when they're playing Green Bay. But I want to get something out here for, hold on, where is it? So I got my shot glass here. I don't know if you guys got yours or not, but I got a glitch here today, so sorry about that. Got a little glitch in the system here when I set up down here. I always have a hard time when I go on the road. It's so much easier being back in my setup. But here's to all of you great members out there, man. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Your heart said the 49ers will win, but you're hoping the Chiefs win. Well, if the 49ers can do the ground and pound and keep Pat Mahomes off the field, they've got definitely a good chance to win. That's the key, is to keep Pat Mahomes off the field. They need to make their own damn name. It can't be that hard. Well, I think we need to make a better one than what we had anyway. But that's me. What do I know? Uh-oh. Hold up. Computer's freezing up on me, guys. I apologize. Who's the sister with the green eyes? Wow. What? Oh, you talking about on the video? Man, you guys are like dogs in heat. That's one of our fans. I can't remember which one. Chiefs will win in a shootout. That's the thing. Because I think if Jimmy Garoppolo, as much as everybody thinks, oh, he's a great quarterback, if they get into a track meet, they're going to lose. Angel, I'm like you. I don't want to have them get 6 rings. I mean, we already know there's teams out there with 6 rings, but I don't want them to be another one. The Cowboys X Factor, listen, I don't have a problem with them having a name, but let somebody else name you after you've done something. That defense didn't do anything to deserve a name other than maybe garbage. The Vans man, make sure you send me a picture with you in the shot glass, man. You said the Chiefs will win because of experience and the coach, Coach Waller's Henry Reed. Macho Man elbow drop, I like that. Pat Mahomes is going to light up the 49ers like a Christmas tree. So, on a different subject, I'm curious as your guys' thoughts about Zeke Elliott saying that sometimes change is good. And Jalen Smith, I'm still not sure how to take what Jalen Smith said, that it's going to be weird without Jason Garrett being here. You know, that he was always, even keeled and stuff, and he's going to miss the clapping. Was that a shot at Jason Garrett? That's what I want to know. In your opinion, was he taking just a little shot on him? I think my wife's over there asleep in the chair. Are you asleep? Oh, okay. She looked like she was asleep in the chair. But The thing is, the 49ers defense is lit. Yeah, well, that's true. But Pat Mahomes and that offense are pretty damn good, too. Cowboys up north, good night, man. Thanks for joining in. I actually got an early morning, too, and it's going to be a long day. We're going to be at NFL Experience from 8 o'clock tomorrow till probably 10 o'clock or even a little later. We will be there all day, and I mean all day. I agree with you on that, Miss Jackie, because the Rams gutted us. They gutted us, and they showed everybody else how to do it, and we didn't really do anything. I mean, we drafted Tristan Hill, but Tristan Hill had some warning signs out there before, and it didn't seem like we bothered about it. I mean, Rod Martinelli said, oh, we signed an agreement, but that agreement didn't mean much. Zeke is right. Our team just got Garrett Sorry-esque. Ooh, wow. Big keto coffee. I'm still drinking some right now. I missed my keto coffee yesterday. Get some sleep. I will need it. Yeah, I'm going to probably shop this one a little bit early tonight. Oh, speaking of throwing Dak under the bus. Okay. This was the crazy. I don't know if you guys saw this one or not. But the Chicago Times-Tribune said that the Chicago Bears should sign Dak Prescott to be a backup to Mitch Trubisky. Really? I just want to know, what were they smoking? Really? Thoughts, guys? Anything? Jet D, Orlando is up I-95 about 6 hours. I'm going to be at NFL Experience from 8 o'clock tomorrow until 10 o'clock tomorrow night. I will be there from probably 9 o'clock on Sunday to, I think, 8 o'clock on Sunday. Unless I have a clone, I can't do both. And I'll be honest with you. Pro Bowl? Really? 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 Too many companies just using keto market. Well, this is true. I mean, Aldi right now is selling keto bread and stuff, and it's like going crazy. But yeah, but I will say it does work if you stick to it. But there's a lot of stuff that's being sold at astronomical prices because people think, oh, automatically it's going to work, and a lot of it doesn't necessarily work. All day with Mark Holmes. What the hell? Yeah, it's going to be a long day, so I'm going to actually need to get some sleep tonight. Now, I tell you what I'll be on the lookout for, because one of the setups up in there, they have a sleep member setup. The crazy thing is there's not a lot of players' pictures and stuff on there, but prominently you got Dak, you got Jason Witten, you got Tyron Smith. And last year, I want to say on Thursday last year, before the place opened, they actually had Dak in there being interviewed by Mike Vick. So I will be there early every one of those days to try and keep an eye out for Dak. You know how I roll. You know how I roll. 3 hours, Mark, 3 hours. 3 hours for what? I'm lost in the 3 hour part. All day, Mark Holmes. What the hell? Yeah, it's the first day. We got to make sure everything runs right. Pro Bowl is being played in Orlando. You know, Robbie Redford, the thing with Dak is, I think Dak actually feeds on that doubt. And people are doubting him more and more and more and more. I think what you'll see, oh, you like that? That's just like on the shot glasses. That's our Jobu letter. And once I get Eventually I'm going to get a CNC machine, and I'm going to be able to actually do this logo and stuff into a lot of our stuff. Dak will surprise everyone next season. Move to Canada before it's too late. America is messed up. You're headed back to the United States from Afghanistan. They've had some cool stuff. What kind of cool stuff do they have in Afghanistan? No, actually, we're staying in an Airbnb because we have a lot of people that we have that are with us. Akeem Smith, you can't say he's the greatest quarterback yet. He's only been here 4 years. 4 years, how much had Tony Romo accomplished? 5 years, Roger Staubach was actually in the military. Troy Aikman won his first Super Bowl his 4th year. And if you looked at those 3 years prior, they weren't that great. Anytime you throw for almost 5,000 yards, I'm sorry, you can't be considered a bum. That was just some, forget. I'm not even going to argue with you guys. No, actually, it's not an ocean view. We actually are in a neighborhood, but if you go about 100 feet that way, it's the bay. Much love and respect for Dak. I have that. All right, so guys, we're actually going to stop a little early tonight because I've got to go ahead and get ready for tomorrow. I got to get some stuff because we got to leave out of here about 7, and I need to actually get some sleep, and I got to do some other work and all that. But I appreciate everybody being here. You ain't got to go home, but we got to get the heck up out of here because I need to turn off the lights. Because my behind is dragging. And I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll be doing probably some live streaming from NFL Experience. Tomorrow morning I'll give you a peek of everything inside before it actually opens up, and definitely show you a lot of stuff once it does open up. So be sure to check out the videos tomorrow. It will be something really great to check out. I'm Mark Holmes, and as always, it's time to turn out the lights.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.